Hey guys and gals, I'm back with another episode of Dark Girl Chronicles. Hello. Not too much going on with me. I had my birthday yesterday. I turned 36. Yay. It was cool. I'm trying to think. Actually, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. I'm trying to remember. My days are so screwed up right now. Um, Today is Sunday and my birthday was Friday. Right. Okay. Right. So my birthday was Friday, and we went out. We went a couple of different places. I got a new phone, which I'm gonna show you guys. I got an iPhone. Well, you can't really see it. Hang on. I'm sorry. I got an iPhone 7 Plus. This is a big damn phone, people. This phone is huge. This thing, listen, you can kill somebody with this thing. I'm not even gonna lie, you can kill somebody with this thing. You could literally clock somebody in the face with it and probably cash their skull in. Um, it's it's a nice phone. I really like this phone. Um, I have a picture of myself making duck face. um, but yeah, no. And then what I was trying to do was show you guys my lock screen. It's me and the Mister. Um, on my birthday, we went out on my birthday. We we went out with family for dinner. That's all I was gonna say. We went out and did stuff, and we went. We bought. I got my phone, and I'm trying to think what else did I do. Um, Trying to think. I don't remember what else I did that day. We went. We had breakfast. We did have breakfast. That was nice. Um, I took the day off. But that there was about it. That was about it. We really didn't do anything. It really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't just another day, but it was just another day for me. Like it wasn't. Oh hey, it's my birthday. Oh my god, we gotta go do everything in the world. Nope. Nope. So yeah, birthday was cool. I got my phone. I treated myself to a phone. Oh, when I upgraded my phone, I got an iPad. They offered like an iPad for like $100, so I got an iPad for him. I'm trying to think. Did we do anything else spectacular? I don't know. Um, Other than that, no. So, a lot of stuff has happened. A few things have happened since the last episode. I went. Well, I should start. Our anniversary passed. So, mine and Brandon's anniversary passed. So, if you guys have been following, we've been together, and actually, us dating this this vlog um surpasses us dating by about, I want to say, I started this at the end of 2012. He and I didn't start dating until 2013. So about 3 or 4 months. So that's how long I've been doing videos, versus how long he and I have been together. So yeah, about 3 or 4 months. So um he um he he and I, when we've been together for 4 years at this point. We've been dating for 4 years. And if you guys will recall, I've now been divorced for 4 years. So it's the passage of time is weird for me. That's why I'm just like, what's happening right now? When I started this series, my mother was still alive. I wasn't divorced yet. I was still working in the newspaper industry. I hadn't moved back to Columbia. Nothing. Like I was, oh gosh, I was 32 years old when I started this, and now I'm almost 30. I'm 36, almost 37. Like, oh, I also wasn't in school at that time, and I'm back in school now. So, um, that's kind of weird. It's a little weird. It's a little disconcerting. But I, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little weird for me. Time is a little weird for me. But yeah, we went out for our anniversary and we had a good time. We went to the melting pot this year. Um, we started a tradition that every year we go somewhere really super crazy fancy and we get dressed up and we have a good time. And we celebrate the fact that we've not killed each other in 4 years or how many ever years it's been. um, Last year we went to Cowboy, which is a Brazilian steakhouse here in Columbia. The year before that, we went to um, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Um, it's pretty good. That place is super expensive. Oh my god, you gonna spend $100 before you even eat. It's really good though. Steak was like $30. I was like, Jesus, this meat better be good. It better be done exactly the way I want it to. But it was great. It was actually really great. When we went to Cowboy, it was really fantastic. We'd never been to a Brazilian steakhouse. I like to try new things, so I told him I was like, "Hey, let's go try that Brazilian steakhouse that we've been passing by 50 million times going through downtown Columbia. Let's go there and try that." Oh, I know. Also in 2012, we weren't together, but we went to. He took me to California Dreaming. 2013 we didn't go anywhere. 2014 we didn't go anywhere fancy, not anywhere super fancy. But I know 2012 we went out because he took me out for my birthday that year because that was when I got my iPhone, and I thought it was really sweet of him. That's when I got my very first iPhone. I got an iPhone 4 that year, and I remember I got all dressed up and wore white, and we went out for my birthday. Anyway, so yeah, no, we didn't go anywhere super fancy for like our anniversary before 2013. As a matter of fact, we didn't go anywhere super fancy in 2013 or 2014. We started that tradition in 2015. Um, but it's been really cool. We went to the melting pot, which is awesome. And let me tell you, you're gonna spend some money in the melting pot, y'all. The melting pot, they have a deal for like a couple because it's really designed for couples. It's not really designed for just a single person or anything. It's designed for couples. So we went and I know we spent more than $100 because I gave the guy a really nice tip. Because he was super nice and it was our first time. And I was very appreciative of the service and the fact that I had made reservations online and put a note in saying, hey, this is our anniversary. We're, we're, we're celebrating an anniversary of, fairly decent amount of time. Um, you know, could you do something? Is there anything special that do you guys do for anniversaries? And so when we got there, we had gone out which I'm going to get to in a minute where we went before that, but we went there, and we walked in because we got all dressed up. We came back home, we got all dressed up, and then we went to dinner. And I had set reservations for like 7:45. So I was like, okay, we can get over there, we can get dressed, we can, get there in time. So I got there and told them, hey, we have a reservation of 7:45 for the two of us. And they were like, oh, we have something special for you. And so I was like, well, yay, this is awesome. So we went And they sat us down, and they had a nice table set up for us, and it had rose petals and everything, and it was beautiful. They had like rose petals, and they had left us a card. So I said, well, I wonder, should I open this card? Because I was like, well, I mean, it had my last name on it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should open this card. So I opened it, and so we were sitting there, and and they gave us, we had Moscato wine. We got some wine. And so I said, okay, well, let's open the card and see what it says. So it was a really nice card that said, thank you for choosing us to celebrate your special day together. And then everyone had signed it, and it was like happy anniversary. And I was like, now see, this is what I call the extra mile. You know what? Y'all gonna get paid handsomely for this. Of course, you are charging me a ton of money for this, but this is, you know what? I like that type of service. That's great service. That shows me that you care about your customers and you're appreciative of their business. So I said, you know what? They're gonna get a lot out of us tonight. So we ordered, we had like, I'm trying to remember what we had, but we wound up doing, you pick your cheese, because it's fondue. You get bread, and you can pick your type of cheese that you want. And then, so they do the cheese, and they melt it at the table, because it's like a little, it's a fondue pot right there at the table. And so then you get salads, and then, I'm trying to think. Oh, then you have your main course, which is, we had where we chose different types of meat, and then you have a type of broth that they do at the table. And so you dip your stuff in, you let the broth heat up, and it has to be boiling, and then you get vegetables that you can get put in there, and then you take your meat, and it's on like skewers, and you stick it in the au juice broth thing that they did. Ours was like it was a French type of broth. I can't remember what it's called. I know it when I see it. It's Burgundy. It's from Burgundy or something, and it's got wine in it. And so you sit it in there and you let it cook, because it'll cook the meat for like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, depending on how well you want your meat done. I like my meat well done, so we let ours sit in there for a good long while. We were sitting there for a long time. And we had like tea and stuff with it. So it was really good. It was really, really good. I was very suitably impressed, and I was full by the time I left out of there. So earlier in the day, we went to breakfast. We stayed overnight because our anniversary was on a Saturday this year. So on Friday, when he got off from work, I took the day off, and I had packed our stuff, and he packed his stuff. And we went and stayed at the Marriott here downtown Columbia. We stayed overnight there, and we also went to Dave and Buster's. We went to Dave and Buster's, and then because we wanted to see what that was like. So then we left there, and we came back to our hotel room. We had dinner. We ate a little bit of dinner. We got something to go. We picked up something to go, and then we went to, I'm trying to think. Oh, the next morning we had breakfast downstairs at the Marriott. That was really nice. Except they didn't have the buffet breakfast the one time that we went. I was so mad about that, because I was like, that was the whole point, staying at the Marriott and having breakfast the next morning was to get that. So, then we got on the road, and we went to Concord Mills, and we bought a lot of things. I bought a bunch of stuff from Old Navy. We bought some books, because they have a Books A Million in there. Or Bonds. No, it was a Books A Million, I think. And then we got, we went to Torrid, and I got this, it's not in here right now, but I got this really awesome purse. with the Disney princesses on it. And I got some Mickey Mouse leggings for the winter and some really thick socks too, which I was like, yay. Um, so then we walked around Concord Mills, and then we left there and we came back home, and then we got dressed and we went to dinner. And it was a really great day. I was really happy and super excited, and I spent a lot of money though. I spent a lot of money that day, and so did he. But we had a good time, and that was really cool. So yeah, we celebrated 4 years together. I can't believe we've been together 4 years. We've been together 4 years and engaged for a year and a half. So, yeah. Um, so then after that, that was in April. I'm trying to think, what did we do? Oh, in May, um, at the end of May, beginning of June, my niece graduated from high school. So we went to visit my brother, and we had a good time when we went down there. That was cool. Like, I was so excited. My baby, he will be 18 next month. Um, she graduated from high school. I graduated from high school the month before she was born in 1999. So, um, yeah, that was cool. Um, and we got to hang with family, and it was like when we went for my nephew's graduation the year before that. So, um, then we came back, and then there was my birthday. So that's pretty much, I mean, we're caught up here. Um, we've just been hanging around the house and getting things done and taking care of stuff. Um, we did mark the second year of my mom passing away, and his grandmother passing away. That was kind of sad. I was home. I stayed home that day. I took the day off. Uh, Excuse me. Goodness. I'm so sleepy. Um, I've been fighting the urge to go to sleep again all day long. Um, but we we marked that day. Um, we marked that day on my mother's death anniversary. We did something. We talked about things, and it wasn't quite nearly as sad this year. I still, of course, I mean, I cried. I ain't even gonna lie, I cried. It's been hard, and it's been a fast 2 years. I don't know. It's just been a really fast 2 years that my mom has been gone and his grandma has been gone. So, um, yeah. So then I discovered also after I made that episode, earlier in the year, that my father, who lives next door, my father and I don't have the greatest relationship. Matter of fact, we don't have a relationship. We don't have one. Let me go on and put that out there. We don't have one. We used to. And let me preface this by saying today is Father's Day. So excuse me if I seem slightly bitter as hell. My father and I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. When I was little, there was my mom, there was my brother, my older brother that you guys hear me talk about that lives in Florida now, and the rest of my family. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins on my mom's side, okay? Because I know my mom's side, I don't know my dad's side. My father was the greatest thing since sliced bread up to a certain age. And it wasn't because, you know how most kids, they just like, I don't care for my parents. I don't really, like, my mom is my mom and my dad is my dad. Like, I don't really care. No, my mom was my mom, and my mom was awesome. My mom stayed awesome. Okay. I was never one to be like, my mom isn't ever awesome. Even when my mom got on my nerves, she's still mom. Okay. My mom was basically God in the form of a woman on earth type of thing. My father was basically God in the form of a man on earth. Okay. Next to Jesus himself. If my daddy told me something, it must be so. My daddy was so cool. Like, I looked just like my dad up until the hormones hit and, puberty set in and, well, I turned into a woman. Right. Like, you see this right here? This is all my mom now, okay? Because I'm older and hormones. And also, fatter, I look like my mom, okay? And these, my eyes, that's my mom. My nose is my mom. My mouth is my mom. But, and even the triple chin is my mom. But damn it. When I smile, I look like my dad. Okay. When I was 15 years old, I remember asking my mom, Mama, how come y'all ain't together no more? Like, I grew up knowing my parents weren't married. And I grew up knowing Mama was not married anymore to Daddy. Daddy was married to somebody else, okay? Like, clearly, I knew that part. When I was born, my parents were married. They got a divorce when I turned, like, 2. So, when they separated when I was 2, and they actually got a divorce when I was 3. When I was 5, my bad. They divorced when I was, like, 5 or 6. I seem to recall being in, like, kindergarten or first grade when they actually got a divorce. I want to say 1986. Because he remarried in 1987. Oh, no, I take that back. He remarried in 1986. So, shortly after my parents divorced, my dad remarried. Okay, which he's fine to do whatever he pleased. I'm not going to sit up here and begrudge somebody what they want to do. But what you're not finna do is divorce my mom because you're cheating. My daddy couldn't keep it in his pants. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. My daddy couldn't keep it in his pants if he tried. Apparently, kitty cat is just far too great a lure for some people, and he one of them. I was like, are you serious? You were sitting in the catbird seat, bruh. In the catbird seat. my mom was like, I loved him. I wanted another child. I married him. I thought I would be with him for the rest of my life. Your daddy turned out to be a fuck boy. I was like, I know. And I have to, at this point, of course, because my mom was a saint, basically, I have to point out that my mother always made a point of making sure that I knew I was a wanted, planned child, okay? That I was very much wanted. I was very much a planned baby. Like, she planned to get pregnant because she was married and she wanted another child, and he apparently wanted another child too. So my mom was like, hey, I want another baby. Let's have a baby. And he was like, okay. Didn't tell her that he had 2 other children, but I was a planned baby. My brother was not planned. However, he was a wanted child also. My brother was very much a wanted child. My mom made sure that she let me know that both of us were very much wanted children. There was no, I'm not going to have these babies type of, no. She was keeping her babies. So, but she always made sure to let me know that even though, like, an abortion was not her choice, she would not have made that choice. Everyone has the right to choose, which informs my opinion to this day. Everyone has the right to choose. That is nobody's business but that mama's, okay? Listen, she the one who got to carry that baby. Okay? After a certain point, old boy ain't got nothing else to do with it, all right? He can be there and he can decide whether or not he want to be involved or whatever, but the minute she conceives, she makes that choice. I'm very much pro-choice, so, Don't come for me with this bullshit about being no pro-life and right life foolishness. You don't even try it. Don't even begin to think about trying it. I ain't here for that. Okay? Not here for that. So, no. Anyway, my mom, when I was 15, I asked why they weren't married anymore. And she told me in age appropriate terms. And she explained we couldn't be together. We just couldn't live together. So I was like, so when they remarried when I turned 30, my first question was, so what are we doing again? Why are we doing this again? They remarried after his third wife that he left her for died. Like 10 years later, they remarried. Okay, a little bit more than 10 years later, probably like 15 years later. And I was just like, oh God, why? But okay, listen, you a grown woman. If that's what you want to do, be my guest. So I'm not going to stop you. I ain't going to fuss about it because that is your choice. You the one, as she told me when I decided to get married, you're the one who got to roll over and look in his face every morning, not me. So I don't have a choice about looking in his face technically, but in this case, I don't really have a choice. So, right. You have a choice, however, and that is your choice. So, I don't know. There were some things that went on, and I was just like, I wouldn't have married this man from the beginning. And yes, I realized I wouldn't be the person I am right now if she hadn't, and she hadn't had a child with that person. But life would have been easier. A million times easier. That's an understatement, trust me. So, imagine my surprise when, after I told my daddy 2 years ago, I don't ever want to talk to you again. I don't want to see you again. I don't care where you go. I don't want to be involved with you. You are a selfish man. You are a very selfish man. You are not shit. You will not take care of your kids. You have 4 children with 3 different people. And you will not take care of any of them. Like, there's no reason why my little brother should be 20 years younger than me. That's number 1. Number 2, that's fine and well if you're going to take care of the kids. You ain't took care of the 3 that you had before that. So why are you out here making more kids? But he figured, well, your mama take care of that. Right. So, right. The relationship is not good. Matter of fact, it is non-existent at this point in time, right now. So I told him 2 years ago when my mama died, I told him, what you gonna do? You can get the hell out of my house, because this is my house. You will never, ever get this house. He was mad because he didn't get the house. My mama didn't leave him the house. My aunt didn't want this house to leave out this family, her family. Why would she leave it to him? What the hell? Like, why would she leave it to him? He ain't no relation to her, and she couldn't stand him. Because, he was awful to her sister. So, right. So, my whole thing was, bruh, this is what you gonna do. You can get the hell up out of my house. I don't want to talk to you again. Lose my goddamn phone number. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. If you see me in the yard, just keep on going. Turn your head and keep walking and pretend you didn't see me, okay? Don't speak to me and I won't speak to you. And don't come across this yard. Don't talk to me. And don't talk to nobody else in this house neither. They don't want to talk to you because they don't like you. Like, I had to make that perfectly clear. He also has a horrific relationship with my brother. And for some reason seems to think that my brother likes him. And my brother's like, that's not my daddy. So you can imagine my surprise when, in February, apparently, he had a come to Jesus meeting in his hospital bed because apparently he had an ulcer. He had an ulcer. The girlfriend that he had, who was his girlfriend before my mama died, by the way, the girlfriend that he had uh, called 911 and then took him to the hospital, made sure he got to the hospital, and then gonna go next door to my neighbor whose husband had just died and was like, oh yeah, um, you know, man over here, your neighbor, I had to take him to the hospital because, he had an ulcer. He was just face down in a pool of blood. And I'm like, first of all, you you are dating a man who lives next door to his child, one of his children. And you know it's his child. You know it's the child. It ain't like you don't know. Oh, you know. Because you done seen me and you wonder why the hell I look just like him. Okay, that's number one. Then you gonna also wonder why I look just like his dead wife. And I made sure I made it clear. Don't bring your ass across this yard. I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to get to know you. Don't think I don't know what you've been doing this whole time. You ain't shit either. And you are judged by the company you keep. So, you messing with a married man whose wife is on her deathbed, ain't got shit for you. Don't come over here. Don't come across this yard. There's a running theme here. Don't come across this yard. If you come across this yard, you ain't walking back. Okay? You're not walking back. So, and when I tell y'all I live directly next door to him, I live next door to him. My neighbor rented out his house. We used to be neighbors with this man for like 30 years, okay? He started renting out his house some years ago. He rented his house out to my father because my father knew that he was across the street, and he was like, oh, hey, I see you, I heard one of your people, because my daddy used to teach one of his the people he was renting out the house to, he was teaching one of their kids, and they moved. So he knew the kids. And he was like, oh yeah, we moving. My mama said we moving, and so she rented out. He was like, oh, I need somebody to rent the house. My dad was like, well, I kind of need some place to live because, well, my daughter said I got to get out. So he went over there and talked to him. And, yeah, that's how that happened. Y'all, this is the kind of person, let me tell you the kind of person we're dealing with, and I'm going to give you the short version of it. The kind of person we're dealing with is the kind of person who will tell his own child that she's fat. I'm like, motherfucker, I know I'm fat. Who does this? Who tells their own child that they're fat? Who would tell their own child that? Like, and it's fine if you're going to call me fat or whatever, but don't sit up here and do it maliciously. It was done maliciously to hurt. That's why I was like, you know what, buddy? Fuck you. So, I was like, whatever. You know what? This is also the same person who threw in my face that I got a divorce. And I'm like, I hate you. I straight hate you. So, needless to say, that relationship is not good at all. And I know where it stems from. He got his own parental issues. And his mama and daddy are now both dead. But he had his own parental issues, and that's where some of this stems from. So I'm not missing anything here. I really wasn't missing anything out of my grandma and granddaddy with him, if you catch my drift. I wasn't missing anything at all. So the only grandma and granddaddy I really knew was my mama, daddy, and mama, and let me tell you, them was my grandmama and my granddaddy. And that's about all I needed. Even in my granddaddy, my mama and daddy's, my mama's daddy being sick, I'd rather have sick granddaddy than the granddaddy I had on the other side. So, right. Like, my granddaddy wasn't even in his right mind, and I'd rather have that than granddaddy on the other side that was non-existent and crazy. And a know-it-all. Same thing with grandma. I'd rather have had my mama's mother being sick before I took the one I had with him, what I had with my daddy. So, who, she ain't shit either. So, but I ain't gonna sit up here and disparage dead people. That's not my type of thing. So, um, yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I got a message from him. I, there's a feature on the iPhone where you can have messages blocked, and you can block a certain caller from calling you and or sending you text messages. He was blocked. He was blocked a whole lot. I'm gonna tell you, Apple did their job on that because it show blocked the hell out of his messages. So I just received yesterday. I happened to check to see the blocked messages when I was decommissioning my old phone for this new phone. I happened to see, oh yeah, I had a message from him, a voicemail, about a 2-minute long voicemail saying, "I'm sorry, I was wrong, I'm awful, my bad, I can't change my past, but I was sick and I was in the hospital, and I had this come to Jesus meeting, and I was laying there and I was thinking about my children is bad, my children don't want to deal with me," and I'm like, "Because you're awful." You're an awful father. That's why. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know how I feel about it. He was like, "Call me. I understand if you're still mad with me and you don't want to talk to me." And I'm like, because I really don't want to talk to you. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. So at some point, I guess I might. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that right now. I have to process this. So then there was something else that happened. Okay, you guys have seen several episodes here in Dark Girl Chronicles where I've talked about the shit for brains that is my ex-husband. I'm a nice person. I tend to mind my business. And by tend to, I mean I do. I mind my damn business. I don't mess with other people. I leave things alone. Because that ain't none of my concern. What folks do, if you and I don't get along, I don't come mess with you. I don't talk to you. I don't do nothing with you. Because clearly we don't get along. But goddamn it, my ex-husband has decided that he got to goddamn poke the bear every single time. He got to be the one to come out here and poke the damn bear with a stick. And I'm like, one of these times you're going to poke the bear one goddamn time too many. You're going to do this and you're going to find out why you don't poke the goddamn bear. I done told you, don't poke the bear. Leave the bear alone. But you got to go out here to the zoo. You got to get the damn stick. And you got to be over here at the cage doing this right here. Pay attention to me, bear. Why won't you pay attention to me? He the one. He got to be the one to do this. So, apparently, my ex-husband thinks it's a smart idea to unblock me on Facebook. I guess so I can see what he's doing and he can see what I'm doing. And I guess he figured enough time has passed and maybe she might not be that mad at this point. And I'm like, you dumb son of a bitch. You the first one who said, when my wife is upset, my wife holds grudges. My wife ain't never not going to be mad. If you give her time to think about it, it's just going to make her madder. That's all that's going to happen. She's going to be more mad. It's been 4 years since we've been married. 4 years. 4 years. We have not been married in a court of law in four. You see that 4 with that engagement ring for somebody else on it? 4 years. We ain't been married in 4 years. Please explain to me why he insists upon going and posting on things on Facebook talking about, and we're going to get to the person who posted the damn thing in the first place. We're going to get to her in a minute. Why are you going on this shit and posting when she asking for memories? Why are you going to get up here and talk about the time that you went to the zoo with your ex-wife and you double dated with this person and their boyfriend who also happens to be the ex-boyfriend of your ex-wife? Why would you post about that as a memory that you reminds you of this person? Why are you going to do that? And you know I can see it. Why are you going to do that? Because see, what you finna do is get your ass cussed out. That's what you finna do. Let me catch you do it again. Let me put me anywhere in your business. You ain't got to put my name in your mouth. Put me anywhere in your business one more time. And you're going to find out why this shit ain't cool. We will never be cool again. Do you hear me? Never. I don't care how much time has passed. We ain't never going to be friends. We ain't never going to be cool. If I see you walking down the street, I might just kill you. Okay? I might just kill you. And as a personal disclaimer, if this motherfucker winds up dead at any point, you might want to not consider me the first suspect, because there going to be some other people who have motive and opportunity. I don't have opportunity. I got motive, but I ain't got the opportunity. And I may or may not have the means to do so, depending on how he dies. I might have the means to do so, but I ain't got opportunity. That's the one thing I'm lacking. So don't come looking at me like, oh, well, she prime suspect. She was married to him at one point. You know, she can't stand the man. No. That's disclaimer on that. But I might, if I see you walking down the street, there's my opportunity. Because I'm going to kill you, probably. If I see you, depending on what day of the week it is and how I'm feeling at that particular point in time, I might just exercise that means, motive, and opportunity. Because I hate my ex-husband, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. I hate him. There is no other way of getting it. There is no redeeming quality about me having been married to this man. There is no redeeming quality. Nothing redeeming about the 7 years we spent together. Nothing. Nothing. I can't think of a single happy memory. There's nothing happy about it. Nothing happy. I can't think of anything happy. That's awful. That is awful. This man is the devil incarnate. The devil incarnate. If the devil said, listen, I need a representative to go up here on earth, walk the earth and do my bidding and handle my business. I need a suitable representative to do this. Here, why don't we pick this unsuspecting dumb man who has no morals whatsoever? Oh, hey, he'd be perfect. Let's pick him. The devil will have found his avatar. Okay? And I know people say you shouldn't have hate in your heart. And it takes a lot to hold a grudge. No, it doesn't, actually. Let me be the first one to tell you. It really doesn't take a lot for me to hold a grudge. It don't. It don't take that much energy. It takes more energy to remind myself why it is I don't fucks with certain people than it does for me to really hold a grudge. It really doesn't. It don't take no time and it don't take no energy. There is nothing redeemable about my ex-husband whatsoever. So while you sitting up here talking about some shit that happened 9 years ago, probably 9 years ago, I'm going to need you to keep my name out your mouth. I'm going to need you to keep me out your life. You know what? You erased me from your life. Continue that trend, okay? Don't think about me. Don't remember shit about me. Forget that I ever existed. Forget that I existed. Do us all a favor and forget that I existed. Don't be sitting up here talking about no shit about how we went to the zoo and we had spent time. We had a double date and we spent time together. We were talking about the animal. We weren't talking about no goddamn animals. You were talking about the animals. You decided you wanted to flirt with your double date partner and talk about animals all night long. And basically generally forget that your wife was even standing there or existed, or that your double date partner's boyfriend was standing there also. You didn't give a fuck about your wife being there. You could have gave 1/10 of a damn because you was too busy trying to set up more ass for yourself. Now, we're going to get to the person in question who posted this, who was the double date partner. Said double date partner, for some reason, has some preconceived notions about things. Number one, she seems to think that I still want her boyfriend. Newsflash, this fucker hasn't been my boyfriend in 12 years. 12 years. I broke up with him to marry the man that she then tried to mess around with later on. Okay? I broke up with him in 2004. 2004. February the 16th, 2004. It is now 2017. That's 13 years ago. 13. Listen, I even did her a favor by saying 12. 13 years ago, I broke up with this dude. 13 years ago. He been with her for the past 9 years. No, 10 years. They've been together 10 years, I think. 9 or 10 years. I do not want him. He and I broke up for a reason. Let me state this on camera right now. I do not want your boyfriend. Okay? I have my own. Okay? There have been 2 more people in the time since I've been with your boyfriend. I don't want him. If I wanted him, would we have broken up? No. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, do not think that I do not know what you did with my ex-husband. I know for a fact that you messed around with my ex-husband. My ex-husband is a sex addict, which is it is genuinely an addiction. Okay? I got that part. You know what? If he's a sex addict, hey man, listen. He ain't my problem no more. Not my problem. When I was married to him, yes, kind of my problem. Not my problem anymore. Okay? Not my problem. But what I want you people out here to understand is, when you sit up here and you do all this flirting back and forth, you texting each other talking about you trying to get advice from him, but you don't talk to the woman who was with your now current boyfriend for advice on how to deal with said boyfriend, that already tell me you ain't up to no good. You ain't shit from the start. Then you have the nerve to sit up and tell me, like, it's just fine and dandy, that when my ex-husband came down here, when he separated from me, and by separated, I mean he just picked up and fucking left and abandoned me. When he came down here and he left me, and he came to Columbia, he came to see you, that tell me you already also ain't up to no damn good. I have let a lot of things slide. Just because I haven't said anything about it don't mean I don't know about it. I've let a lot of things slide. And I didn't say anything to you because I've been trying to be a friend. And because I genuinely like you. I have made it a point to try to get to know you, considering that you are dating someone who used to be my best friend. I have made it a point to be nice. I have made it a point to try to get to know you. I've made it a point to be straight up honest with you and forthright and upfront. I have made it a point to be decent to you. Because if he like you and he asked my opinion and I truthfully told him she seems like a nice girl, okay, if you want to date her, I can't tell you no. But since you asked my opinion, fine. She seems like a nice gal. I have done all of this in the service of trying to keep the peace and be decent. And to be a decent person to you. But instead of being awesome, you have decided to be a dumb fuck. Let me put this out here right now. I don't like you. I have been nice up to this point because reasons. But after this point, I don't like you. I tolerate you. And while he might let you slide with your foolishness, I am not going to let you slide with your foolishness. There's a reason why you will not be a bridesmaid in my wedding. There's a reason why I don't talk to you. There's a reason why I don't text you. There's a reason why I don't talk to you on Facebook. Quite honestly. There's a reason why I don't come to your house anymore. We should be closer than we are. And you know exactly the reason why we're not close. I don't even understand why you would even do something like this. I don't understand why you would insist upon acting like I, one, want your boyfriend, and two, that it is acceptable to mess with a married man. It's not acceptable. It's not okay. Them was two grown folks' marriage that you wasn't supposed to be damn involved in the first place. And you got involved. And you made things 10 times worse. And I fault both of you for that foolishness. Not just him and not just you. Hope you're happy now that you got 2 children with my ex-boyfriend. I hope you're happy. And maybe you'll stop messing with my sloppy seconds. God. Like, stop it. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. So, at some point, I need to get into my job, stuff happening at my job, and excuse me, stuff going on with my in-laws, because that's another whole nother subject in and of itself. Excuse me. That's a whole nother subject in and of itself, which that's another situation where I have to sit back and I have to question, why do I have to turn the other cheek? Why do I have to be the adult in the situation? Why? That don't even make sense. But whatever. So anyway, I hope you guys I hope you guys will come back and watch more videos. I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive with this and do some more videos and get this stuff done. And also I'm going to start my wedding planning videos because we are now at T minus 2 years and some change. We're a little less than 3 years away from said wedding. I can now really get started planning. There's a bridal showcase coming up on the 16th of next month, July 16th, I think it's the 16th. I'm supposed to be going to this bridal show. It's like $12 to get in, and it's supposed to be at the convention center. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to this bridal showcase. I've already written down the details and all, and I think, excuse me, I'm gonna take time to go to this, and because I already got things ready, and I really. That's also why I can start doing the videos for it. I've got things ready, but I wanna see if there's some options that I overlooked and that I missed because wedding. So I'm trying to save some money here because money. Um Also, very quickly I want to talk about what I'm doing with school. I am I'm taking summer classes right now. I'm in statistics, the base statistics class. I'm taking that one again because I took it originally in 1999 when in my very first semester of school, and they were like, "Yeah, so you know how you got that on your on your college transcripts there? Oh, we say you passed it, but it's too old." And I'm like, "Damn it!" So I have to retake this class. So, but I'm doing well in it. I have a 93 in it right now because I got a 93 on my first test. So I'm super excited about that. And I have another test coming up on the 22nd. I'm also taking a personal finance class because that's what I really want to get into. Once I finish school, I'm gonna try to get into personal finance, and specifically, I want to do estate planning. Um, and I want to do how to manage your household bills every month, um, and every pay period, and so and get people to be thinking about their money and be thinking about their lives and how they're living and their cost of living and their quality of life. Don't be sitting up here living from paycheck to paycheck. That's stupid. like and I promise you, when I get started with my personal finance, business and all, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be that realist motherfucker, okay? Because the first thing I'm gonna tell you is, why you out here living paycheck to paycheck? Now you know damn good and well you make more money than this. You should be having all types of money coming in. This is what you need to be looking at. Where can we save you some money? Why are we paying all this money in credit card bills? What the world? There's no excuse for this. Save money. So I want to be I want to be that personal finance coach. I want to be a coach on your team. Okay. So hopefully I will be able to start my own personal finance business. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my business and I'm going to have a website for it. And then I'm going to have, like money. I'm going to have like money videos talking about how do you save money? How do you balance your checkbook? How do you keep a balance and keep a budget, a household budget? You need to be planning for things. Be planning ahead. Be thinking about these things. And then we're going to talk about estate planning and that sort of thing, and tax considerations and that sort of thing. Kind of what my class is now. Basically, the class that I'm taking now. What do you want to do about that? Insurance. What do you need to be thinking about with insurance? So I really want to do all of that. And I think I would be good at it. I'm actually very good at accounting, and I'm good at keeping people together and getting it together. Because let me tell you, the Mr. here, Mr. Brandon, I managed to get his finances in the black. He back in the black, and he got money coming in, and he got his bills paid on time, and his money looking right. That's my first thing. How your money looking? How's your money running? And and when I say we, I mean black folks. We really got to be on top of your money. Be on top of your money. There's no excuse. We already got to work hard as it is to get. We got to work. As Scandal points out, because we're watching Scandal also, by the way. As Papa Pope points out at the beginning of season 3, you got to work twice as hard to get half of what they got. You got to. So, as black folks, let me tell you something. Don't be sitting out here not knowing how your money run. Don't be sitting out here living paycheck to paycheck and you don't know nothing about nothing. You don't know how to keep your money right and take care of your finances and take care of yourself. There's no reason for you to be poor. There's no reason now. You can do these things. You can take care of yourself. You got to pull yourself up though. So I highly advocate my people getting it together. I highly advocate anybody getting it together. Black, white, orange, purple, green, whatever. But definitely, I want my people to be on top of things. There ain't no reason for us not to be on top of things. We got too much opportunity these days. So, knowing all of that, I want to do that sort of thing. Now, with the estate planning, I think you should always know how much does it cost to live and how much does it cost to die. Okay? having buried someone and or put them in a box because they were cremated, what is the cost of burial? What is the cost of planning your estate? What is the cost of dying? I watched someone get all their affairs in order, make sure they had everything, and take care of themselves and be ready to go when time came for them to go. Okay? What happens when you not ready to go? What you doing? Like, people don't know. If you die and you got debt, guess who pays for that? Not your children. Your children ain't your next of kin. It's your spouse. That's your next of kin. If you got a spouse and then children. Your spouse is your next of kin. Your spouse can be legally held responsible for your debt. Most people don't know that. Also, when you die, you are no longer responsible for said debt. Dead people can't own things. They also can't have credit. So, who pays that? How do you settle an estate? How do you get things done for someone when they die? If you're an executrix or an executor of an estate, how do you do these things? People need to know this stuff. How do you repair your credit score? How do you get your credit score right? What does your credit score mean? People don't even know that. They just think you can just walk in and get a credit card anyway. No, that's not how that works. Just like when you go and buy a car, they check your credit. Like when I bought my car 2 years ago. I bought almost 2 years ago. I bought at the end of 2015, I got my RAV4. So my first question was, all right, I know that my credit score is kind of terrible. So let me go ahead and tell y'all now, it's kind of terrible. And the salesman came back and was like, actually, it's really good. It's repaired itself because I had paid off my debt. I had managed to pay off my debt and get myself together. So I had gotten all my credit card debt down. So my credit score was pretty fantastic. It had repaired by that. But how do you fix bad credit? That's what people need to know. So that's the kind of thing I want to get into, and I want to be a counselor for that sort of thing. And I want to get people's finances in order, get them back in order, and keep them on track for the rest of their lives. And be planning at each stage of their life. So I think I would be good at that. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing with school. I'm ready for the fall. I'm going to be taking cost accounting again, because there's the next continuation of cost accounting. And then I'm going to be taking also at the same time the continuation of financial accounting, which is it's like intermediate accounting one. I'm going to be taking that, but I'm going to a different school. So I've been working on getting all that together and getting my financial aid ready, but there's been like a little minor setback. So I'm waiting. I gotta finish this class before I can get my financial aid award, and they can tell me how much they're gonna give me for school, so I can see what I'm gonna be taking in the fall. Because that financial aid don't come through. Look like we only taking one class. We can only do one class. So yeah, I'm excited about school, and I still have I've taken of the 16 classes I have to have 48 hours, and of the 48 hours I have done 9 so far, and I have maintained a 4.0 GPA. Um I've been I've taken 9, and then I'm taking this one. So right now I've only taken 3 accounting classes. So um well, I've taken 2 accounting classes and then 1 management class and then this statistics class. So, but I've maintained a 4.0 GPA through all 4 of those classes. So, I've been on the part-time students honor roll um with my little 4.0 GPA. I'm so proud of myself. So we'll see how I do in this personal finance class, because it's one of those ones where you take the test at the end and you find out how you did. So we'll see. Um, so thanks for watching. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll try to do another episode a little bit more regularly, maybe in a couple of weeks. So I can see what I'm doing in class and how well I'm doing. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys hanging with me and keeping up with my crazy schedule and stuff. I'll see you later. Deuces.